Okay, so we continue with Hilchos De'os, and we're on chapter 6, and the next chapter. And let's see, what is the subject? I don't remember. And it says, from the beginning, it is natural for a man's character and action to be influenced by his friends and associates, and for for him to follow the local norms of behavior. Right. Therefore, he should associate with righteous and constantly be in the company of the wise, so that learn from their deeds. Conversely, he should keep away from those the wicked, who walks in darkness, so that not to learn from their deeds. Right. So this topic we discussed many times, and maybe many people in this situation, and they when they start on the ways of Teshuvah, on the ways of conversion, and now after some time they realize, the old environment is not for me. I have to run. Have to run from here as far as possible. Okay, this is implied by Shlomo in statement Mishlei 13:20. He who walks with the wise will become wise, while the one associated with the fools will suffer. Right, but we're going to explain. But you see, it's Shlomo HaMelech very straightforward, meaning that if somebody suffers because he associate himself with the wrong people, so whose fault is it? Right. Similarly, in Psalms 1:1 states, "Happy is the man who has not followed the advice of the wicked." Okay. A person who lives in a place where the norms of behavior are evil and the inhabitants do not follow the straight path should move to the place where the people are righteous and follow the ways of the good. So right? So that's what we absolutely always say. So meaning a person says, no, I'm going to fix them. Okay, good luck with that. Or I'm not going to change. Good luck with that either. Unless unless a person can arrange his life that he does not need to go like very often outside, does not need to be in contact with other people, can work from home, and it's kosher job, so maybe it's not a big deal. It's like not ideal situation, but maybe it's not so bad. But for majority of people, it's not like that. If all the places with which he is familiar, or which he hears, reports to follow improper paths, as in our times, in Rambam's time, or if he is unable to move to a place where the pattern of behavior are proper, because of the presence of the bands of the radiant troops right now, right, the wars everywhere, or for the health reason, he should remain alone in seclusion, as Eichat 3:28 states. Let him sit alone and be silent. If they are wicked, if they are wicked and sinful, and do not allow him to reside where he reside there, unless he mingles with them and follow the evil behavior, he should go out to a caves, right? So that's famous statement, right? To a caves, thickets like a bush or something, and the deserts, rather than follow the path of the sinner, as Yirmiyahu 9:1 states. Who will give me a lodging place for wayfarers in a desert? So meaning, he said, there is no righteous place, so I'm going to go to the desert. So find me a good place. Okay, so you see, as we can see, it's very powerful Mishnah. We're going to learn a lot, BeEzrat Hashem. Okay. And it says, so from the beginning, that's what is complete, from the beginning, and we're going to explain. Actually, I apologize. Okay, So it says, it is natural for a man's character and action to be influenced by the friends and associates, right, and follow him, and associates, and for him to follow the local norms of behavior. So meaning that's not surprising. As person born is this and this circumstance, this is this around this. So he's like that, she's like that. It's not so we cannot blame a person always. Of course, they're a free choice, but many times they do not know any different. Right. Right. Very interesting. It is natural for a man's character. Okay, commentary. In the first 5 chapters, the Rambam dealt with the morals in terms of the individual himself. The first 5 chapter Rambam dealt with the morals in terms of the individual himself, meaning we spoke about the character traits. What man should do to develop proper character. In this chapter, he turns to the behavior within the context of society. So before that, it's between a man, right? Man, like a man himself, right? How to develop character. Now, how he's going to connect with society. How men should treat the fellow man. Okay. So I mean, we didn't get to treatment fellow man, but so far we tried to escape their bad influence. The first Halachah of this chapter joins these 2 components of the ethical whole. In chapter 5, so now it's previous chapter, the Rambam painted the picture of the ideal personality, the wise man. In this Halachah, he points out the benefits of the person can be associated with these individuals. So meaning, before we said, and like in some Halachah it says, the wise man would do this, Talmid Chacham would do that, and I said many times, and in the commentary it said it's actually that's what it says, but it's actually applied to all of us, right? So it's only in the proper that we all must strive to achieve higher spiritual realms. Okay, right. So now in this halacha, he points out the benefit to rib associated with these individuals, meaning. Even if he's not like this himself, even if he is, but if a person is righteous and he associates with himself with other people like wrong people, right? So it's only a matter of time until he's going to go down. Right? I remember Rabbi Mizrahi Shlita gave this example many years ago, and so he said sometimes people get job offers. Job offers, meaning in a new company, but they ask you to relocate. So meaning like in some different city, they have a big tax breakdown, like 15 years, like whatever. So, for example, in area that I worked, they tried to develop. It was dump. It was very high crime area for many years. Like first it was very Jewish area, right? But after some time, I'm not sure when Jews moved out. And gangs, all of these bad people moved in, so not good for many years, like ran down of these criminals. Okay, and then they decided to attract businesses, to attract jobs to that area, and what they offer like very low tax. So, for example, in New York they have almost 9% tax. I'm not sure what the corporate tax. I'm not sure, but individual, right? When you buy stuff, it's 9%. In New Jersey they have. At that time, they have like 7% or so. Okay, it's better. So, but in that place, in that specific place, they said 3% tax. 3%. If you think about it, like everybody would go shopping there for sure. All of the companies, they have like a tax break, like for many years. They build huge buildings. You understand? They attract many people, and that's how they. So now it's a top area, right? So very smart. So meaning what they want to be associated. I mean, lechavdil, with the good people, not with the criminals. And of course, this company, like even they pay discounted percent, but they still pay. So the city is booming. Baruch Hashem. Okay. So okay. So meaning they try to attract good people. So again, it is natural for a man's character and action to be influenced by his friends and associates. Commentary. As Rambam emphasizes Sefer HaMitzvot, Positive Commandment 8, man's ethical makeup is a combination of a character and actions, right? But I'm not sure why they say there. I mean, we learned in the beginning of this book, right? In this section, that our actions affect our character, and that's why it's very simple. I mean, simple. I mean, logic is simple. Approach is simple, right? How to change your character? You start force yourself, start acting differently, until it becomes your second nature, right? So continue. So again, from the beginning, it's a lot of commentaries. If the nature, it is natural for a man's character and action to be influenced by his friends and associates. So like it's guaranteed. Like if you some people, they come to this country, and they start working with like blue collar worker and who curse a lot. So these people do not know English, right? And they start learning English from these people. It's like, and these people, like, I want to laugh because they speak with, they picked up the accent, and they think that everybody should speak like that. This foul language. It's, I mean, it's not laughable. It's very sad that that's what they did. But for sure, they did not know better, and they got this job, and that's it. Right. Okay. Friends associates with local norms, right? How everybody's behave and behavior. Number 3, people are by nature social beings, and are in constant give and take between individual and the people with whom he associates. Okay. Meaning that people like adopt the character traits from other people. Okay. Therefore, he should associate with the righteous and be constantly in the company of the wise. Meaning you're always in the company of the wise, you're going to get wise. That's how Sage say in Perkos. Right? Okay, so here we go. Perkos 1:4 advises, let your house be meeting place for the wise. See therefore the following Halachah. Right? Meaning always invite these Talmidei Chachamim in your house. And believe it or not, before this I had a class, and we were learning. It's the story of Hanukkah, but it was like too many like historical details. But it was an Antiochus, or something like it was a political games or something like. They decided to close down yeshivas, many yeshivas, and then this rabbi, he came up with this saying. So okay, there is they close down all the big yeshivas. So meaning. Invite these people like Talmidei Chachamim in your house and let them give the Torah lesson in your class, in your house. Very interesting. So that's exactly from there. Okay. Right? Why associate with self with a wise? So we will learn from their deeds. So meaning right. So you're going to be wise. Commentary in Halachah 2, Rambam states that it is a mitzvah to associate with the righteous, right? While here he describes the need for such association as morally compelling. Meaning what? If you don't make yourself like needed to these righteous people, right, and not associate with them, guess what? The other alternative would be associate yourself with different people. Right, not the commentary to that halacha. Okay, it was number 5. Right, so why we want to associate again with the wise people? To learn from their deeds. So meaning you associate with somebody who learns in Torah, and not somebody, maybe he's a good guy, like deep inside, but he likes to go to the games, I don't know, go fishing or something, right? Right, and then when, I don't know where was I don't know, but there are 2 guys that were so excited. They spoke so loud, even louder than my. I wasn't in a store to pay for what is it for my vegetables, right? So these 2 guys. I mean, some people they speak very loud, right? Even my headphones did not help. So they came from the one came from the fishing trip, and he explains how this and that, and he was so excited, like the whole even the women that were looking at this guy, even they got excited from this fishing trip. I know, you understand? So if a person associates with empty person, so he would, what could be better than a fishing trip? You go overnight, you try like, I don't know, whatever they try, but that's it. Continue. Conversely, he should keep away from the wicked who walk in darkness. So meaning a person said, no, I'm going to help you. Most likely not. Okay, so as we always say, you want to help, send them information, especially today, give them information, CD, USB, book, and that's it, you're out. Okay, so, conversely, one should keep away, right? Keep away, meaning not associated, but keep away, meaning, okay, I know that this person goes this path at 2:30 p.m. Maybe guess what? I'm going to stay home until 4, right? For make sure that we're not going to meet, or I'm going to go like roundabout. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so continue. So not known for their deeds. Conversely, he should keep away from the wicked who walks in the darkness and not alone from their deeds. Commentary. It's also from Perkios, of course. 1:7 states, stay away from bad neighbor and not to become friend of the wicked. From the bad neighbor, right? See also Rambam commentary to the Mishnah. Okay, so they would say, yeah, we are friends, we are neighbors, please come. And some neighbors, they're too friendly, they come to each other, all open door policy, and it's too much. For example, somebody like rang out doorbell today, like early today. Okay, I mean, we know who are these people, but okay. This is implied by Shlomo's statement in Proverbs 13:20. He who walks with the wise become wise. Commentary. Perkit the Rabbi Eliezer, chapter 25, explained that the wise, this verse with analogy of the person who spends time in perfumery. Right, some of the pleasant fragrances attaching himself to him, even though he does not purchase anything. Right, so a person goes to perfumery, he smells very good. Right, so, and he goes. I think the saying is goes if he goes to the place where they do heights, right? Tanning heights, it does not smell very good because I think they use dog feces or something. Okay. While one who associates with fools will suffer. Right. So, and this perfumery is an unbelievable analogy. Since did this person did anything? No, he was just around these righteous people. He was just present, and the one who is present in the company of the fool, he would suffer. Commentary. Perkit the Rabbi Eliezer, same place. Continue analogy. Conversely, when person spends a time in a tannery, here we go, the pleasant odor of the tannery imparts false smell, even though he did not take anything from there. So meaning that the young boy, for example, he delivered lunch to his father or something, right? So he goes out and he already smells with this bad smell. Okay. Similarly, Psalms 1:1 states, happy is the man who has not followed the advice of the wicked. Right. So it's a famous one. Meaning advice of the wicked. So meaning don't try, as we always say, don't try to negotiate with them. Don't try to say why it's different. So no, I'm not going to do that. Thank you very much. Let me think about it. Guess what could block this person? Okay. Number 9. The verse from Proverbs supports the previously stated concept that a person is influenced by his environment. The verse from Psalm introduces the concept which follows that the bad company should be avoided. Okay, so 1 second. Little break, 1 second. Okay, so it should be avoided. So it was number 9. Continue. A person who lives in a place where the norms of behavior are evil and inhabitants do not follow the straight path should move to a place where the people are righteous and follow the ways of the good, right? So meaning we have to find ourselves the kosher community and move there. Commentary. In Hilchot De'os, volume 23, states that the restriction does not apply to a person who settles in a community for express purpose of spreading Torah. Okay, now he's Chabad stuff. He needs not worry about being influenced by the surroundings, because to borrow the concept from Yorech De'ah, chapter 69, out of the context, one who is preoccupied with giving will not receive. So I think it was about meat or something. Kosher meat. We'll learn it in the kosher kitchen. So is it true? I don't think so. Even though it says that, but I don't think so. And I heard from our great and beloved Rabbi Mizrahi Shlita, so this is not the case. He said, don't do it. So he said, you want to travel? Yeah, you travel. So all of his lectures in the great New York area, not where he lives. Just so you know, of course that he's invited there also. But so he would travel like every day, I don't know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours each way, right? But he would keep his family in a pure and righteous neighborhood, not to risk it. And these people, if these Chabadniks, right, or other people, they bring, right, they go with only one family, right, young couple and children, and guess what? But these children need to play with somebody. Who is they going to play with? With neighbor children, and these neighbor children not very religious. Chabadniks planning to open yeshivas very soon, or kindergarten, not so much. You understand? So these kids of theirs, they have to associate with not religious people, and they're going to learn from them. And kids pick up very fast. Right? So the kosher ways, and it's actually the some people, the kosher people that I know, I'm not sure from which yeshiva. I think from Baltimore yeshiva, from Nazareth, from Philadelphia yeshiva. So they went and established Torah institution, not Chabad house when everybody drives on Shabbat. No, like yeshiva, like 100% yeshiva in a two big place. Actually, a few then. So, but I heard right about two for sure. Where in Orlando. So Orlando, it's in Florida, right? It's where is it? Kosher people. They have a minyan, so they did not come just one rabbi, right? They come with minyan. They come with kolel. They come with all of the teachers that they need, with all of the family. Oh, so now, and it's exactly what the Rabbi Dessler Zassal teaches. Exactly. He said, yes, if you want to go do kirov in the community, right? Unless you have a strong minyan, like you can associate with and share your ideas and be on the same level, so you're not going to survive, right? And we see. I see. Unfortunately, I know a few people, right? So because of the environment, they went down. First, the guy joined us in our work minyan, have suit, like white short hat, and then. I don't know, 6 months later, it's already no white shorts. It's a blue short. Okay, there is no problem. There is a bit, and hat became smaller. Very interesting. Gradually, like tight pants. Right, unfortunately, because of the environment, the people want to be fit, feel fit, right? Okay, so continue. Just one second. Right, so it was Likutei Sichas number 10. Continue. Right, so again, the whole sentence: a person who lives in a place where the norms of behavior are evil and inhabitants do not follow the straight path should move to a place where the people are righteous and follow the good ways. So, meaning righteous community. See the commentary to chapter 1, Halachah 4. Geresh Hashmat, right? Geresh Hashmat meaning he sent. I think that's to the Yemenite family, Yemenite community. Shmad, it means what is it? Shmad is like religious persecution. Right. When Rambam states that even when the difference between the two is relative, a person who fears God obligated to move from the country whose norms are not proper to a good country, right? So or they have to change it. So like of course change it possible, and I heard few communities in what is it in Europe changed a lot drastically when great luminary moved in, but after he went and the other people took his place, it went a little down, right? And the religiosity, but still they are very high. Okay, continue. If all places which he is familiar and of which he hears reports, follow in proper path, as in our times, in the Rambam times, or if he is unable to move to the place where the patterns behavior are proper, because of the presence of the bands of the radiant troops, right, or for health reasons. So let's stop here. So as he said, in our times, so Rambam is speaking of his age. One can only guess what Rambam would say about present society. I think he would I don't know, he would faint. Right? Okay, so in his days, so it's not proper in his days unless, right, there is radiant troops they not allow, or health reasons. So person is not healthy. Commentary: Rambam apparently does not suggest risking his life to make such a move. Meaning, risking your life is not obligated. Okay. However, note the passage of Igres Hashmat quoted below. Okay, so we're going to get to it. It was 13. 1 second. Okay, so if it's because of the troops, because they kill him, right? Radiant troops or health reason, he should remain alone in seclusion. I mean, as we said, don't go out or something. The obligation to find proper society is not offered simply by suggestion. The Rambam makes it firm the directive, incumbent upon us, even though if there is great difficulty, must be endured to ensure that improper society be avoided. So meaning it's not a good advice. Yeah, of course. So who does not want to live in a good community? Like for example, I don't go there any longer, but I used to go sometimes when I need to catch a minion. So we have in the city where I live, there is like 3 places at least, minion factory. So what does minion factory? Mincha every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes there is mincha. People in and out, like, I don't know, minion like 100 people, 200 people, big room. And sometimes when too many people, Baruch HaShem, may Hashem bless this place, they have the downstairs huge hall. You understand? So I mean, person comes to this neighborhood and comes to the supermarket. Everything is kosher. Everything is kosher. You don't have to check. God-fearing people, they already check for you. Right? So of course, I mean, that's only normal that person would love to move to this community. Right? So, but if he cannot. Yeah, okay. Right, so if he cannot, so it says in Yirmiyahu 9:1, states who will give the lodging place to wayfarers in the desert. Right, so meaning, go to the desert. 7. Oh, no, apologize, I skipped something. Sorry. Okay, so I missed. Okay, sorry. As it says in Eicha 3:28, states, "Let him sit alone and be silent." So, meaning, if you can like minimize your interaction with outside world, that's a must. I mean, in my mind, like even if you like, unless it's like somewhere very very religious community, so like there is other people living among you. So why would you want to go outside? If they are wicked and sinful, and do not allow him to reside there unless he is mingled with them, right, and follow the evil behavior, he should go to the caves and thickets. So meaning, I'm not sure why, but let's say there is Jewish community, and the people, the government, or whoever, do not allow him to settle with them. So go to the caves. Commentaries say this phrase is borrowed out of context, as frequently Rambam practice from Shmuel 13:6, and people hid in the caves and canis. Okay, so 1 second. 1 minute break. 1 second. Okay, so let's see. So 15. This is okay. No, we said that. Sorry. Continue after 15. Right. So he should go to the desert, in the caves, and desert, rather than follow the path of the sinners. Right. Commentaries say Igeris Hashmat. The Rambam also discusses the question, albeit in a connection with more extreme circumstances, addressing himself to people who live in the countries whose government do not allow them follow the Torah and mitzvot. So that's, there were like in all communist countries there was like that, right? And I think we're talking about Yemen, but still, and that's nothing new. So meaning when there were Christians in power, there was not so bad. There was pogroms, there is like problems with the Christians, blood libels, all of this bad stuff. But still, we were able to function, right, and be Jewish. But when communists took over, they're worse than all other people combined. Right? And it says the advice which I give myself, my friends, and all those who seek counsel from me, is to leave those places and to go to the places when he can establish his faith and follow the Torah without interaction or fear. So meaning as a Jew must see herself as always on the move. So meaning, like if you see our history, we went from one country to another country. They kicked us out. So okay, so even they took all of the possession, we go to different countries. He should try to do this even if it involves danger. It has already been expressed by the prophets that whoever dwells among the non-believers become like them, as implied by the statement David HaMelech of the blessed man Shmuel 26:19. So meaning, that's what we said in the beginning of this paragraph, right? The one who lives among these people would go be like them. You have driven me away from dwelling in the heritage of God, telling me, go serve other gods. There is David HaMelech that equates the living among the Gentiles as with idol worshiper. We all live in among Gentiles, but if you live, but you can observe the Judaism, it's not that bad. But if they would not allow, that's like idol worshiper. And continue as Yirmiyahu 9:1 states, he who gives me lodging place for wayfarers in the desert. 17 commentary. The conclusion of the verse, he who gives me a lodging place in the desert. I will leave my people and go from them, for they are all adulterers, faithless band. Demonstrate that Rambam was not merely borrowing the biblical phraseology, but rather quoting the verse that addresses itself specifically to the problem of living within corrupt society. All right, so very, very powerful stuff. So I apologize. Let's stop here. So BeEzrat HaShem, maybe tomorrow HaShem should give me a little health. I feel a little better. BeEzrat HaShem. So I apologize. A little shorter class until tomorrow. BeEzrat HaShem. Thank you and good night.